Okay, so here's a quick tour of my my little camper van build. I started with this 2019 Chrysler Pacifica Limited with the S package. The S package just means everything is blacked out, but it doesn't really affect the performance or anything. So it's got these black trim pieces that are normally chrome, and the wheels are black. Oh, look at my finger on the lens. Okay. And and Chrysler calls those black noise rims. I'm not really sure how I feel about all that. The reason I got the S package is because it's the only one that comes with a black interior. Even the ones that say they have a black interior, they just mean the floor and the seats. But the ceiling is usually a beige color. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the car. We're here to talk about the camper. And so let's go inside to that. Front seats I keep pretty clear. There's... Oh, I can't really see anything there. Never mind. We'll be editing that part out. Anyway, inside here. Quick overview first. There's a sink, and this is a refrigerator in there, or it's really a cooler, and it's where I keep my laptop. And that's my bed. I've got some curtains that are not really done, but they should work okay. And then the bed is only 30 inches wide, so you can still fit one of the chairs. This is the third row chair sticking up, and I built a little platform for it. It's not real pretty, because you know, sometimes you just got to get things done and not worry about them being pretty. But I bought this little clamp thing that fits inside a cup holder, and it's meant to hold your iPad, but then I just put this piece of wood on top of it, and it's really nice. It's got a lot of articulation, and it's made of metal. It's a really good quality, but I haven't really put it through its paces yet, but so far I like it. A little pricey. It was about 60 bucks on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested. This is my sister's Bose speaker. She let me use it. It's really amazing. And then I've got my Ego Power Tools batteries with this 150 watt inverter, so you can plug a laptop or a lamp or a cell phone or something in there and charge it. It's not much, but it'll be useful. My laptop is actually plugged into the car's inverter. It's the only thing that's plugged in there, and the cord goes under the carpet and then up this thing into the back of the laptop. Here's my pantry. It's just a little drawer. I set it in there. You can pull that out. I got all my snacks and peanut butter, and there's some bagels, lots of chips, and paper towels, so on. Alright, let's get into some of these things. The bed is just a simple platform with this is press board under here. It's like a 1/2 inch press board. It's 30 inches wide by 6 feet long, and I just put it on these 2x4 legs, and I had to adjust the size of each one of those legs because the floor in this van is slanted like a theater, but it wasn't hard to do. And then there's a little foam thing here. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be, because this other thing, this little mat, it's a trifold mat, and it's really nice. And then my comforter, and I think that's all I'm going to need, because on this trip I'm going to Portland, and it's September right now, so I'm not expecting it to get real cold, and so I'm not even bringing a spare blanket, because this is a down comforter, so it's actually probably going to be too hot. Anyway, let's go around to the back. A lot of people with these camper vans, they put a kitchen in the back, and then they stand outside the van and do all their cooking. But those are people who plan to do a lot of camping. They park their van somewhere and then they put out tables and chairs and tents and stuff, and that's not exactly what I'm doing. I call this the ultimate road trip vehicle because that's really all it's meant for. I'm not camping, I'm not living in it, it's just for road trips. So I don't need to stand outside the vehicle and cook anything because I'll be at a Carl's Jr. somewhere, and that's good enough for me. Having this chair up left a lot of space for whatever I wanted to put back here, and it's kind of deep. It goes into this well here, and so I've got my suitcase here, and I keep my toothpaste and things that I use every day in this pocket so it's easily accessible, and so I don't have to go searching for it all the time. Some extra water down there, and that's the charger for those Ego batteries. I have to find some shore power to use that. I can't use the inverter. And the van, at least this particular one, comes with this little door thing here, and that's where you store your, it's like there's a little air compressor in case you get a flat tire. And I've also stuffed these little USB fans. They, I think they were 13 bucks. They're not bad actually, especially because you can charge them with USB. And it has 3 different settings and a little light. I don't know why it has a little light, but you know, whatever. And I find that if you run it on the medium setting, it'll go for about 8 hours. So that's handy if you're trying to sleep. You want to cool the air. And I've also got these things hidden under here. These things I'm pretty proud of. I made these. I was inspired by another YouTuber. I don't know if he's a YouTuber, but he made a YouTube video. And this is basically what he did. He got some Coroplast. It's like a plastic cardboard. And put a screen on the back. I don't know if you can see that. This is screen material. Somebody was throwing away a screen door in my neighborhood, so I grabbed that and then I used theirs, cut the screen out of it. In fact, there it is right there. But anyway, I made these little louvers that pop up, little triangle pieces that hold it in place, and then I would stick that in my window, and then you get airflow without rain coming in. His design was one of these that went all the way across, but I decided that made it too flimsy, so I just made 4 of them instead of 2 big ones. And I will show you how that goes into the window later. So don't be weirded out if the lighting looks different, because I'm going to do that later and edit it to make it look like I do it now. Nobody will know. Let's go around to the side so we can get a better look at that sink. This is the part I'm probably most proud of. So there's a sink there. Paid about 50 bucks for the sink. And so far so good. I'll put a link in the description of that too. But this thing that it's sitting in is actually a bench that I picked up at Bob's Discount Furniture. There's like a piano bench, and I just cut big holes in it, one for the refrigerator and one for the sink. And I taped my soap bottle down. Hopefully it'll stay. But then I also got this thing. It's a faucet, basically. It's got the little thing coming out the side, and it's real simple. It also charges with USB. You charge it right there, and it'll stay charged for 10 days. I mean, because you're only using it a little bit at a time. And I see so many people who build these kitchens and they put these little hand pumps in there, and I don't understand why, because you have to just keep pumping it with one hand. So how do you wash your hands? How do you do anything with that? I mean, I would at least do a foot pump, but you know, if you don't want to use electricity. But this, I find, is the simplest, easiest way to pump water. There's a hose that comes out of the bottom of this, and it just goes right into a water tank. And that could be a water jug, a gallon jug, anything. And then I drain the sink into another tank of equal size, and that's it. And on the top there's a little button here, you press that and water comes out. Makes a little noise, but not too bad. And this lights up at night, and that's all there is to it. I got this thing closed because it rattles around when I drive, so for demo purposes we'll open it. And then all that just drains out right into that tank. And these two tanks, by coincidence, or maybe it's not coincidence, happen to fit perfectly inside a milk crate. So that's pretty cool. And then I can take one of these tanks into the store and fill it up with water again anytime I stop at a Walmart. And I'll put this back in, or else I'll regret it when I start driving. And that's it. That's my little sink. Sorry about the shadow getting in the shots. But that is my little setup. I'll probably do another video at night so you can see what it looks like. I'm probably also going to wish I had more lights. But that's it for now.